They don't say the Force is female, but they imply in 3 and 4, episodes 3 and 4, that women are the source of the Force because they conceived the twins with 2 women.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
What happened to Az?
I think he just
needs
noped
a
out.
second. He's got to recharge.
He needs a minute. He needs to recharge his social battery.
Oh.
Vagina friction created the Force.
It was already weird enough in
lightning shoot. Everything. Sorry.
It's alive!
Nerderotic.com.
Sorry. I know that sounds like gobbledygook. It does, Chris, but you don't need to apologize. But that's what happens. There's a whole coven of witches and a female-centric society that makes the twins and they have 2 mothers. It's fucking horrible.
What? Like I assume you don't have more information, but it's like what they created the babies with the Force. They were women. It's all very like I don't know.
One of the women had a penis and the other one had a vagina, and they had sex. Well, they broke out their light scissors and dueled and made a child. I don't know, Mahler. I don't know.
I suppose we'll find out.
I almost can't wait to find out, though. This is incredible and not shocking. Az is gone, but in Kurtzman Trick, there is a suspicious amount of all-female orders. You know, like covens, groups, comrades, whatever you want to fucking call it, gangs that are the source of the power of a lot of things. So this is intersectional feminism all the way, and it's just beating the same fucking drum. And I guess the surprising part is why they're continuing this, because it's never worked. And we're not talking about female leads. We're talking about the intersectional feminism. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I wish it went away in all entertainment because it's terrible. It's part of a Marxist belief. The reason it doesn't work in storytelling is because it's not fucking real. There's no verisimilitude to it. Yes, you could have witches and covens, but when they become the source of everything, it's obvious that you're just trying to change George Lucas's Star Wars away from what it was to what they perceive as this patriarchal thing. And fuck, I'm tired of talking about this shit, but God, they keep fucking doing it. It's like, I don't make the fucking rules. I just make the observations. But Jesus Christ, the fact that they're still doing this shit is incredible. And it is the Timeless Children. So if you're not familiar with the Timeless Children, sorry for anybody here who's heard it before. I'll try to be quick. William Hartnell was the first Doctor in 1963. Chris Chibnall, back a couple of years ago, decided to retcon the Doctor's origin and make him an abandoned little black girl. Why?
A little bit confusing.
A little bit confusing. Why? They said it would create more stories and create conversations. But what they really wanted to do was try to get rid of the problematic white male past of the Doctor. And that's the explanation that was given to me of what was the source of that change. The source of that change was politically motivated, not story motivated. I'm fine with things working in the story, within the rules of a story that the writer sets up. But when you go back and retcon stuff that was made by your betters, I have a problem with it.
I watched the fucking Flux season. They didn't make use of the Timeless Children for storytelling purposes at all.
Yep.
Russell T still haven't either. And I don't believe for a second whatever they end up adding onto it that was the whole plan the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, it felt very isolated, strange, and absolutely a goal there that was nothing to do with storytelling.
No. It had everything to do with this is a platform to try to push social agendas instead of, because everything's become a platform and now it's just done to death at this point. And yeah, it is surprising that they will continue. It's I've said it before, but they're just sitting there. We're going to lose more money than you could possibly imagine.
Good.
And good, because this series cost $180 million to produce.
Wait, Doctor Who or Acolyte?
Acolyte.
Doctor Who was 100 million.
Was
2 seasons.
That's so fucking insane.
So, yes, the Rotten Tomatoes, it's critic reviews. There's no audience, obviously, up yet. I'm sure that will be totally legit when it happens. The top critics is at, I just looked, is like 65%, and it's like 83 for all critics. Unsurprising. From the corporate shill media, Star Wars The Acolyte utilizes serialized storytelling and martial arts and bringing the live-action High Republic series to the screen. Anybody know what the High Republic series is? Anyone?
Those failed comics.
Was it? Oh, yeah. I was about to say, they didn't animate it, right? It was just comics, I think.
Just comics.
And books, like kids' books and stuff. Julian Roman says Star Wars The Acolyte unfortunately lives up to the hype as a series that will divide fans. Problems lie in the plot's execution, overall vision of the characters, Star Wars universe, and puzzling inconsistencies in the use of the Force. You mean by...
No way.
What?
This is crazy.
Do you know what Leslie Helen's favorite Star Wars is?
What, Indiana Jones?
It's... it's all the Star Wars.
All the Star Wars.
I thought you were going to say Nintendo for a minute.
My favorite part was when Indiana Jones blew up the Death Star. It was great.
Use the whip, Indiana.
Yeah, use the idol.
Oh, they have a...
we joke about it, but they said Anakin blew up the Death Star twice.
Twice. We'll go over that.
I've seen the notion of people saying, like, hey, they don't have to know everything. It's like, that's not everything, man.
Bro. Dude.
Look, we can all missay something. We can all missay something. But when you start repeating it, it's like, oh no, that's actually what you think, isn't it? But I don't think that person, there again, I don't think anybody involved in this project has a fucking clue about Star Wars, particularly when they come out. The same person came out with one of the best things about Star Wars is there's no good or bad.
Same guy.
Yeah.
Same guy.
You know that Palpatine would hire him as his hype man. Like, it's more complicated than you think.
He's the guy. He's right-hand man in the prequel trilogy. That's him.
You know, good and evil are just words, Anakin.
Yes.
You know, I'm something of a Star Wars fan myself.
It's all point of view.
I love media literacy. Yeah, it's one thing to not know who the Night Sisters are, and it's another thing to not know Luke blew up the fucking Death Star. Stop. Just stop. People misspeak all the time. Yeah, twice in separate interviews and really lean into it. Like he practiced it.
Even what's most surprising to me as well is how many people were there? Like 3 others, and none of them wanted to be like, oh, you mean Luke? Imagine explaining that to someone who's higher up, just being like, so when you have people promoting your thing and you make it seem like you know nothing about the thing, fans might not like that. They might not. Just, FYI.
In a normal world, even when you're cutting promotion, you would feel free as an editor to go to your boss and go, yeah, I wouldn't put this in. It's going to, people are going to latch on to this. There's a bunch of assholes like me on Twitter who are going to fucking find it and go, yeah, let's go. And they should have edited it out. But they did because they didn't care. Or nobody caught it. Your guess is as good as mine. James,
or maybe nobody knew and they thought, oh, this guy knows his stuff.
This guy knows his stuff. While it might be unfair to hold this broader Heartland series up against Andor's edgy, adult-oriented outlier, The Acolyte so far is not the bold stride forward we'd hope for. Positive review from a top critic.
Wait, 3 out of 5, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. And they decide. Remember, even on Rotten Tomatoes, regardless of what score you give, you decide whether or not you give a splat or a tomato.
Yep.
So it's all kinds of fuck. This whole system.
Sam Adams from Slate. The show pulls back from its audience's audacious possibilities in a way that suggests the heavy hand of brand management chipping away at anything that might rock the boat. You mean like IP mining, possibly, maybe? The Acolyte is a stunning and incredibly captivating new chapter in the Star Wars streaming saga. 8 out of 10! 8 out of 10 from Fandom Wire.
What?
I almost read the full review, dude. Oh my god. Oh, this one's good. It's probably the recency bias talking, and maybe I was starving for some good storytelling after Andor set the bar way too high, but I really like The Acolyte. 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10.
What does that make it?
Wow! Perfect! Perfect!
This how does that make sense? Andor set the bar way too high.
Dude, it doesn't make any sense. And I remind you, Mahler, these are humans writing this.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, and honestly, no, I'm not. And I think it's a great argument for AI, to be honest with you. So, Andor set the bar so high that this is perfect. That's what that review says.
It doesn't make any sense.
What the fuck?
Come on now.
If
Stop
Andor
it.
was bad, then they wouldn't have liked this. Is that what that means?
I have no idea.
Do you
Never
want?
seen someone say that the bar was set so high that I liked it.
It was set. No, the bar was set so high that I had to give this a perfect score.
Yeah, like what?
That doesn't make sense. Because you're inferring that Andor was so good that this can't compete with it, but it's trying. So perfect.
5 out of 5.
This is who we're dealing with. This is the bar for Rotten Tomatoes is really fucking low. Okay,
Now that the baggage of good Star Wars is out of the way, we can get to some really shit stuff.
Sabrina Barr from metro.co.uk. We know the Metro the citadel of journalism, the Metro, right? Thank you.
Yeah, something like that.
The series manages to carry off its world building in a way that feels organic rather than forced, and without it feeling as though you're being overwhelmed with the amount of information you're expected to remember. Oh, there's that homework again, being burdened with all that saga knowledge.
That feels like a myth to me. They say this about Marvel.
Yep.
Remember they were like, the Marvels, you can't enjoy it unless you do your homework. You're like, no, can't enjoy it anyway.
You can't enjoy it anyway.
Yeah.
Is this what we're dealing with here now? Right?
Salon.com, a site that is famous for being playground enthusiasts. Melanie McFarlane says a ripping, nimbly paced action series that knows its audience. That might be accurate. This might be an accurate review.
Middle-aged lesbians.
What it
Gotcha.
should say is knows its audience, like however small.
Yes, I think that's what it's inferring right there. And knows how to exploit this fandom's strengths and weak spots. What does that mean? What the fuck?
Top
What?
critic, by the way.
I don't know what that means.
Top critic. That means you can really trust this.
Well, yeah, Salon.com, totally
Yeah.
trustworthy site. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mashable. Belen. Is that how you say that name? Belen. Belen Edwards.
Bellend?
Bellend. Yeah, Bellend
Belen?
Edwards. On top of being an enthralling thriller, one of the Acolyte's greatest strengths is how it deepens our understanding of the Force. It uses its boundaries, and who
Shut your
gets
mouth.
to wield it? Women.
Yeah, lesbians.
We're going to find out it's just only women. It's all the men wielding the Force were the problem. Once they get rid of that, everything's fine.
All the white men. Once all the white people stop using the Force.
Well,
and the
that's
lesbians
the
moved in,
that's the Acolyte.
boom. Got
That's
'em.
the Acolyte. Shireen Nicole from Riotous. The more we learn about the assassin's mission, the more entangled, well, not the Will Smith type of entangled, and Jada Pinkett Smith type of entangled, we become in questioning what the Jedi's is, what the
Jedi's did.
what the Jedi's did.
Yeah, she forgot an apostrophe.
An apostrophe
Like,
there. You'll believe the rage, guilt, and motivations ignited by
And
the
also,
assassin.
it's not
Likewise,
Jedi's, it's Jedi.
it's Jedi. Yeah, that's why I was like thrown off. I'm like, what?
Jedi, yeah.
It's a Jedi.
Sharon is clearly a big Star Wars
Yep.
fan.
Likewise, the secrets of the era in Jedi history are a strong hook. Okay. Tessa Smith from Mama's Geeky. This is Star Wars at its best, a captivating and thrilling mystery weaved through detailed Star Wars lore. I thought you didn't need the lore.
9 out of 10, Gary. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Incredible cast, but Amanda Steinberg and Lee Jung-jae are the standouts. Clint Worthington from RogerEbert.com, top critic. It's the ideas that flourish in The Acolyte, mining the rich mythology of the universe to explore how our childhoods scar us and what we do with that pain.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Chris, did you get any of that out of the first 4 episodes? Did it remind you of the scars of your childhood that led to 2 women scissoring and creating the Force?
When is this out again? It's like
Today.
hours from now, right?
Yeah.
Hours from now, yeah. Immediately involving and incredibly entertaining, pointing forward to a new direction for the Star Wars universe. Says Peter Martin of everythingbutHorror.com. Megan O'Keefe from Decider. By looking backwards to the waning days of the Jedi Order, Leslie Headland, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, has pushed the franchise further into the future than ever before. Mind you, these are all the people who got the first 4 episodes. 4 episodes. Brian Lowry from CNN.com. This guy's usually a dipshit. Let's hear him. Exhibiting influences that blend martial arts movies, young adult fiction, and detective genre. It's an intriguing, if modest addition, whose lack of connection to the existing canon proves both an advantage and disadvantage. Headland and her writer's room did an incredible job of, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein. Headland and her writer's room did an incredible job of finding the balance between the story they were telling and honoring the universe that George Lucas created at the same time, and I loved every second of it.
I bet you did.
I'm hearing a lot of, well, it really was a mystery that honors the lore without honoring the lore. And if you need the lore, you don't need the lore, but you might need the lore, and it's great. Don't hurt me, Disney. Don't hurt me, Disney. Please don't hurt me. I said what you wanted me to say. Keith Watson is a top critic from Daily Telegraph as the Daily Telegraph. The Acolyte has many times the production budget of Doctor Who, but its heart, rather charmingly, is hewn from that awestruck past that had space as an endless adventure playground, not one long dark dystopia.
What?
By making so this is
You what, mate?
What about Star Wars? It's like what the fuck?
What about the show, dude? I mean,
Yeah, what about the show?
But isn't he basically saying, I don't know what the fuck this is?
Yeah, and its charm is hewn into the awestruck whatever of a playground. I don't want you near a playground, buddy.
That's the salon's job.
Right. AkilAura.com. What the fuck? What does it take to become a Rotten Tomatoes critic, by the way?
The ability to shill.
That's a really good question, because now I want to know the answer to that, and what does it take to become a top critic?
Yeah.
Do you think it's just a matter of time?
Maybe. Like amount of reviews you put on.
Oh, yeah. Or do the reviews get ratings? Is that how that works?
Maybe. Maggie Lovett from Collider says The Acolyte is undoubtedly one of the most exciting shows on D+ this year, and one of the best Star Wars projects since 2022. 8 out of 10.
That's such a...
We'll find out. We're going to find out soon, ladies. Angie Hahn, top critic from The Hollywood Reporter. There are worse qualities for a new series to have than an overabundance of potential. And whatever this one ends up, it's got enough on its mind to make the journey worthwhile. What?
To me, that says nothing's landing, but maybe in the next 4-ish episodes. It didn't seem particularly complimentary.
No, Akil Aurora from AkilAurora.com.
I love that site, by the way.
It's amazing. I go to it every day. The new Star Wars series benefits from its distinct action choreography, but it's undone by its storytelling. Oh, yeah, I don't want to read. They're all saying nothing.
Get him out of there.
They're all saying fucking nothing. I get a lot of humor out of this. I can't wait to see it. I actually can't wait to see it. This is going to be
shit. Nerdrotic.com